I'm glad we had daughters.
I'm certain they will both marry very well.
I think little Philomena will one day become a great writer without any need of a husband.
Well, it certainly runs in the family.
The moment Bridgerton Season 3 wrapped up, complete with all its carriage-shaking drama, Lady Whistledown's big moments, and the swoony romance of Colin Bridgerton and Penelope Featherington, fans barely had time to catch their breath before their minds jumped straight to Season 4. Sure, you can go back and binge those Colin and Penelope episodes on Netflix anytime you want, but the real question now is, when do we get more? The good news is Netflix actually announced Season 4 way back in April 2021. The bad news? We still don't have it yet, and we've got a bunch of burning questions about it. We do at least know which Bridgerton sibling will be taking center stage romantically this time. We'll get to that soon. But one of the biggest mysteries is just how closely the show will follow that character's book storyline. Even though the series doesn't always stick perfectly to Julia Quinn's novels, it always delivers the things that make it such a guilty pleasure: jaw-dropping costumes, glittering ballrooms, and plenty of romance that's both sweet and a little bit steamy. And Season 4 will almost certainly check all those boxes again. One of the most talked about upcoming moments is the masquerade ball. In Benedict Bridgerton's book, An Offer from a Gentleman, the ball is where he first meets Sophie, the disguised woman who will change his life, although in the book, their romance doesn't really start until 3 years later. It's an event that feels essential for Season 4 if the show wants to keep the heart of Benedict's love story intact. But here's where a twist could make it even better for TV. In the novel, we first see the ball through Sophie's perspective, which makes her the focus. On the show, though, it might make more sense to keep her identity a mystery at first, and instead let the audience experience the night through Benedict's eyes. Since fans already know him well, starting with his point of view could make Sophie's later reveal flow more naturally, and make their chemistry hit even harder when we finally get her full backstory. Of course, before we get to the ball, there's the small matter of waiting for the season to arrive. And unfortunately, small isn't really the right word for this wait. There's no official release date yet, but showrunner Jess Brownell has hinted that we probably won't see Season 4 until 2026. That sounds like forever, but she explained that each season takes about 8 months to film, then more months to edit, dub into multiple languages, and write. So for now, Bridgerton seems to be on a roughly 2-year release schedule. This isn't a total shock if you've been keeping track. Season 1 premiered in December 2020, Season 2 came in March 2022, and Season 3 arrived in May 2024. At least the creative team is promising the wait will be worth it. Brownell has even said she thinks the scripts for Season 4 are some of her best work yet, and that the writer's room is really in sync. Netflix clearly agrees, because when it first announced the renewal for both Seasons 3 and 4 back in 2021, its VP of Global TV, Bella Bajaria, gushed about how Bridgerton swept them off their feet and how they plan to keep the series going for a long time. And here's a little relief for impatient fans: filming for Season 4 wrapped in spring 2025. Netflix even celebrated by posting a behind-the-scenes video on June 20th, showing cast members strolling into their trailers in full period attire and later stepping out in modern clothes. The caption bid farewell to the ton for now, promising there's much to look forward to. When it does drop, Season 4 will have 8 episodes, just like the first 3 seasons. What's still up in the air is whether Netflix will release it all at once or split it into 2 parts like they did with Season 3. Casting-wise, we're going to see a lot of familiar faces. While Season 3 focused on Colin and Penelope's happily ever after, complete with a baby by the finale, it also gave us glimpses into other Bridgerton siblings' adventures: Benedict exploring his sexuality, Eloise heading off to Scotland with Francesca and her new husband John Sterling, plus John's cousin Michaela, who definitely turned a few heads. Luke Thompson and Claudia Jessie are both confirmed for Season 4, along with Nicola Coughlan and Luke Newton. Newton even told Teen Vogue that there's still stuff to get sorted for Colin in Season 4. Anthony Bridgerton and his pregnant wife Kate will also be back. Francesca, along with younger siblings Hyacinth and Gregory, are expected to return too. And it wouldn't be Bridgerton without Violet Bridgerton, who might continue her budding romance with Lord Marcus Anderson. Other returning characters include Penelope's mother, Philippa Featherington, Lady Danbury, Queen Charlotte, Will Mondrick, and Alice Mondrick. There will also be a bunch of new faces. The most important is Yeren Ha as Sophie Beck, Benedict's new love interest. Netflix describes her as determined and captivating, but also a victim of tragic circumstances. Sophie meets Benedict at Lady Bridgerton's masquerade ball, and that's when the sparks fly. We'll also meet Katie Lung as Araminta Gunn, a twice-married, twice-widowed socialite with 2 debutante daughters. Araminta is glamorous, sharp-tongued, and very protective of her status. Her eldest daughter, Rosamund Lee, is beautiful and vain, and she's got her eye on Benedict this season. Her younger sister, Posey Lee, is much kinder and gentler. For now, there's no full trailer, but Netflix has been teasing fans. In July 2024, they released a quick announcement clip revealing that Benedict will be the romantic lead this time. Then, on Valentine's Day 2025, they posted a behind-the-scenes video featuring Luke Thompson and Yeren Ha, plus cameos from the rest of the Bridgerton clan. By March 14th, we even got a sneak peek at the masquerade ball scene, showing Benedict meeting Sophie for the first time. As for the story, Season 4 is set to realign the show with the order of the books. The first 2 seasons closely followed the first 2 novels, The Duke and I and The Viscount Who Loved Me, while Season 3 skipped ahead to the 4th book, Romancing Mr. Bridgerton, which is all about Colin and Penelope. That means Benedict's Cinderella-inspired love story from An Offer from a Gentleman is finally getting its turn. In the book, Benedict meets Sophie Beckett at the ball, but the show has changed her surname to Beck. At the end of Season 3, Benedict had just turned down Lady Tilly Arnold's proposal of a monogamous relationship, choosing to stay single instead. But all that changes once he meets the masked and mysterious Sophie. Reportedly, the ball will happen right in the first episode, setting the stage for everything that follows. Luke Thompson has called the scripts dynamite and said he's excited about how the story blends the magic of a fairy tale with the grounded reality of the Bridgerton world. He's hinted that the season will explore not just the glamour of the ton, but also the lives of the people who work behind the scenes to keep that aristocratic lifestyle running. For Benedict and Sophie, it's about finding true love in the space between fantasy and reality. So, even though the wait until 2026 feels long, it sounds like Season 4 is shaping up to be worth every second. Until then, there's always the option to revisit the first 3 seasons on Netflix, because, let's be honest, there's no such thing as too much time in the world of Bridgerton. And that's that for today's video. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next one.